For most of the 32 years that I've worked in Portland, the Multnomah County DA's office has kept a pretty low profile. But that's changed now. And I don't mean they're trying to get into the spotlight. I mean the spotlight is being shined on them, and more specifically on the DA, Mike Schmidt. The privately funded group called People for Portland is targeting Schmidt with a series of negative ads. Here's one of them.
Under the policies of DA Mike Schmidt, we have record shootings and murders. And while jail beds sit empty, too many crimes like vandalism and burglary go unprosecuted. Portland is a Schmidt show. Take action to save it.
Okay, that's pretty strong stuff. A few of you have emailed us about this, asking who's behind it and if the claims are true. We'll pull it apart and look at each claim in a moment. But first, let's hear from Dan Levy. He's one of the organizers of the group People for Portland.
Well, Portland is a Schmidt show. And the fact that an elected official, like the elected DA, is a part of the problem rather than a part of the solution is frankly unacceptable. And we need change in policies now. We need more prosecutions. We need empty jail beds that are open. And we need a DA who does more than hold a press conference and without offering any new solutions to make Portland safe again.
Dan Levy there has a deep background in Oregon politics, mostly on the Republican side. He's trying to use his knowledge of politicians to help regular folks put pressure on Portland's elected leaders and get them to take action. People for Portland has been around for about 2 years now. He said it has 1,500 people donating money to the group and 18,000 who've shared their email address. Now to the claims. First, that DA Schmidt is not prosecuting enough crimes. I asked his office for comment today, but have not heard back from them. Instead, I got a statement from the county. It contained a report from Schmidt that he sent out in early February. In it, he points out that the number of cases sent to his office by Portland police has fallen sharply compared to before the pandemic. He stated that police send just 35% of the misdemeanor cases now that they did between 2016 and 2019. He writes most of those reductions involve traffic crimes, and by the way, Portland police don't have a traffic unit anymore, so there's probably not a lot of traffic crimes being charged. Theft, okay, yes, we've seen the rampant shoplifting going on, and trespassing and possession of controlled substances. Now, just below that, he points to the obvious that ballot measure 110 decriminalized possession of user amounts of drugs, which probably made up most of those possession charges. And on top of that, Arkyla Boshi has reported that Schmidt is prosecuting less than half of the misdemeanor cases, theft cases, that are brought to him. Okay, so there's that. Now, some background on Mike Schmidt. He campaigned as a criminal justice reformer and won election in 2020 by a huge margin, a landslide. More than 70% of the vote went to him. But he also ticked off a lot of folks when he announced in August of 2020 that he would not prosecute more than 520 people who were charged in the protests. They were accused of interfering with a police officer and other lesser crimes. Levy, who's funded by some wealthy Oregonians, said a lot of people are still mad about that and a lot of people want change.
Yeah, we're funded by Oregonians and Portlanders who care deeply about Portland and the future of this city and the future of the state. I'm born and raised here. You know, a lot of people are heartbroken about what is happening to our city and state. And our elected officials, they sign up for these jobs. They run for these jobs. They ask for these jobs. They need to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem.
The group is also taking aim at the sheriff and the Multnomah County Commissioner seen here for not using all the available jail beds and leaving dangerous people out on the streets. County spokeswoman Julie Sullivan-Springhetti said the premise of the ad campaign is wrong, that the county is not operating under any limited jail capacity, and that Multnomah County has funded 1,117 jail beds for several years. Well, sort of. I did some research, and I guess it depends on what you mean by several years. 10 years ago, the county funded 1,310 jail beds. It stayed at that level until 2017. Then the county cut funding, and we saw it show up the next year. A county budget note states the most significant change to general fund programs is the phasing out of 118 jail beds. It's an effort to reduce reliance on jail bed use in the local public safety system. So then the number of jail beds went down to 1,192, and it stayed there until 2021, when the county board again cut 75 beds this time, taking the number down to 1,117 beds. The budget note says it's part of the public safety reform efforts, and it has stayed that way ever since. So, are there fewer jail beds than 10 years ago? Absolutely yes, 193 fewer. Are we seeing record shootings and murders? Yes, at least we did last year. Are there too many jail beds sitting empty? Well, that's up for you to decide. There are fewer beds, and about 30% of the existing beds are not being used, so they are open. Are there too many crimes going unprosecuted? Well, you're going to have to be the judge of that one as well. By the way, I did ask Levy if his group is trying to recall Schmidt or get someone else to run against him. He said no, that the law his group is formed under does not allow them to campaign or support anyone. In the meantime, the Oregonian today is reporting that longtime senior district attorney Nathan Vasquez is considering running against his boss in the upcoming 2024 election. And we'd love to hear your thoughts on this, People for Portland campaign. Do you think Mike Schmidt should continue, or do you agree with the ad? Or maybe you're just upset that political ads are already here so soon. Oh my gosh, let us know. Send us an email, will you, to thestory@kgw.com, or call and leave a voicemail 503-226-5090.